So we are dealing with a much cooler weather pattern as we start the first day of spring here. And then as we move toward the weekend, unfortunately, if you're looking for a warm-up, especially across the Great Lakes, it doesn't look like we're going to see anything quite like that over the next couple of days as we see some cold air move through this region, reinforcing those below normal temperatures. Hey, welcome to the channel today, guys. If you're brand new, thanks for coming over. I'm Travis. Welcome. I used to be a chief meteorologist years ago, but now I just follow weather when I can. So if you enjoy this kind of content, please come back and subscribe. I know it may not be crazy active, but I'm telling you what, watch out as we head here into Sunday. This could bring some snow to parts of the Great Lakes and another shot of some cold weather for the east. Again, it's kind of looking ugly now as we head through this first week, the official week of spring as far as temperatures go, although really warm across the west, and this starts to translate east, I think, as we head towards the 28th, 29th. One thing of note, with this northwest flow, I think you got to watch the north side of wherever this is for some snow. I'm just saying, this is where your spring surprise snowstorms can sometimes catch you off guard if you're not watching carefully. All right, here we go through the day today. As we move into the afternoon and evening hours, this front and this trough swings to the east. Showers and thunderstorms along it. Nothing crazy severe, but there could be a few pulses of a few strong storms pulse up rather, and then some light snow on the backside of this, and we could even mix with snow as far south as the southern Appalachians. Our next storm moving into the west. This is a quick overview of what's going on over the next couple of days. A weak system swinging through the Great Lakes. That's the rain and snow I was talking about there. And then we'll watch this storm move toward the Great Lakes again. And this could put some more heavier snow into Minnesota, Wisconsin. I don't know about the severe aspect of this yet. Certainly not a huge flag here, red flag that is, for severe weather, but it's something to keep an eye on. And then really long term, kind of looking into next week, this would be Tuesday, still below normal temperatures, I think, here in the Great Lakes region, northeast, probably the mid-Atlantic too, and even into the south, below normal temperatures with numbers above average across the west. Here's what I'm talking about. Now that you've got your upper level troughs situated like this, what pieces of energy slide southeast along this? I've said this before several years ago when I was doing television broadcasting. I remember we had a situation just like this, and we had a piece of energy dive in from the northwest, and it dropped over 18 inches of snow at the time, and in some areas a foot anyway. So very interesting to watch. I'm not saying that's going to happen. It's just the point is March, especially late March, can be full of plenty of surprises. Today, it's going to feel like a bit of a shock when you walk out because it's going to be cold across many areas, and now you're going to throw these winds on top of it. Wind gusts as we head into the afternoon could exceed 40 miles an hour, and when you combine that with colder temperatures, it's going to feel just like we step back into winter. Again, unfortunately, although it is the first day of spring, really gusty downwind of the Appalachians heading into Friday morning, especially as we get that downsloping flow here. Big wind here into the New York, Boston region too, into the northeast, and then we do start to see winds back down as we head over the next couple of days. Here come the showers as we move through this Thursday. They'll be continuing to push off to the east. Colder air lagging behind here. Rain changing to snow showers for places like, I don't know if we get much into Rochester, but down towards Buffalo, small communities like Dunkirk, Jamestown, down to Erie. And then once you get here into western PA, there could be a few snow showers, especially into the mountains here, down into West Virginia. And then rain changing to snow, especially into the mountains, the Catskills, the Adirondacks, the Green and White Mountains as this moves through the northeast. And then drier weather on the way for Friday. High temperatures today will likely be early in the day for some areas, especially the further west you go. However, once we get towards the Hudson Valley, temperatures warming up nicely today, but there comes the cold. You can see it pushing in from the west as we head into Friday. High temperatures chilly here across the northeast from the 50s, close to 60s, back into the 40s. Further to the south, here comes the rain and the showers. Not a lot. It's a very thin line of rain showers pushing east as we move through the day today. And then here comes that chillier air moving into Tennessee. So the Cumberland Plateau, into the Appalachians, the southern Appalachians, a little bit of snow tonight, a couple of inches, especially at the higher elevations. You got to remember, it's been pretty warm lately, so it's going to take a lot to really help allow much to accumulate, but cold enough that we are talking about snow in this region through the overnight. And watch these temperatures really start to fall as we move into the afternoon and evening hours tonight. Temperatures getting pretty cold in the south. I mean, look at this, near freezing. I'm going to back it up. Near freezing or below freezing across parts of Alabama, down into Georgia, Tennessee, That's one of the reasons, if you look at the warnings and advisories, National Weather Service putting out frost advisories down here and then freeze advisories across parts of Mississippi, Alabama, and Georgia as our numbers fall way back into early tomorrow morning. Further to the north across the Great Lakes, here comes that cold air rushing in. We've looked at that quite a bit. And again, there is going to be some rain and snow up into this region over the next 24 to 48 hours. That will continue to push out off to the east. Pull the view up here. Here we go. There's the snow and the rain. Very light here across parts of Michigan. And then we start to see some drying conditions as we head into Thursday afternoon. That's this, and then into Friday. So temperatures will be on the way down here, but it certainly will feel more like maybe winter than the first day of spring. All right, let's move across the central U.S. here. We'll kind of take a broad look of what's going on across this part of the country. Models are updating on me here. That's what's going on. We're getting the new 6Z European rolling in, but last night's European is pretty much similar to what we're seeing now. High pressure across the central United States, keeping things dry here. So a little bit different than what we've seen lately. Some of you, a sigh of relief. And then on the backside of this, temperatures will start to warm up some here across the southwest and then across parts of Texas. Today, high temperatures a little bit chillier, back into the 60s across Oklahoma. But numbers will start to rebound some as we head into Friday. We should get back up into the 70s across a good chunk of Texas. In fact, maybe close to 80. San Antonio up to Dallas, probably back into the 70s, and close to 70 across a good chunk of Oklahoma. Further to the north, just a quick look here. We do have a weak system moving through parts of South Dakota, Minnesota, Iowa. That's going to bring some light rain as we head into Friday. Now into Saturday, a few more light rain and snow showers. Kind of cool, damp, and dreary here with temperatures a little bit warmer today. We're back up into the 50s and 60s heading into tonight. Cold, but it could be colder. And you can see that cold air lurking right along the U.S.-Canadian border as we head into Friday night. Look at that. International falls, we could get near or below zero. So, yes, the icebox of the nation feeling like it tonight. Across the southwest, back into Southern California, dry here. A little bit of snow into the Wasatch. Again, not a huge weather maker, and otherwise kind of quiet here across the far southwest with temperatures heading into the afternoon close to 80 again across the deserts. Warmer is the trend here for the southwest. Across the Pacific Northwest, more moisture here. It's just unrelenting. Winter storm warnings and advisories, which weather advisories that is, across quite a bit of the mountains here with more snow and rain on the way. A bit of a break maybe late Saturday night into Sunday, at least for Oregon and Northern California. And then a lot of that moisture starts to push further to the north as our ridge starts to build across the west as we head into Tuesday and Wednesday of next week. And temperatures here across the west, well, there they are. All right, so I got for now. See you next time.